Hi guys, it's Cindy from Scrap Bread. Welcome, and just want to apologize because this is what we had made in a video, and I'm going to make a new one for you, and I'm going to make it in a lighter color. But first off, I want to show you what we're going to make, and this is what we're going to make, and I will show you how to do these at the end. But these fold flat, fold entirely flat, and this one is size 7.5. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 7.5. Yeah, 7.5 by 11, and it has a 2.5 inch spine, which allows for 4 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, with a 1/2 inch gusset in between each, so you can add lots of flips. And I do have another video that is okay that shows how to do all of these added things, and it gives you the measurements for this one. But today we're going to make one a little bit smaller and in a different color. This is going to be for um, our October journal that we're working on, the academia one. And today we're going to be using this baby blue because it's going to be easier for y'all to see. So what we're going to need is we're going to need some chipboard. Now I use the backs of our paper pads and just layered them two, and then layered two of them and glued them together, put them under my mat so they would dry, and then I cut them to size. And the size of this one that we're going to make, just in case you wanted to make a smaller one, you can use any size you want. This one is 8 3/4 high by 5 3/4 wide. And we're going to need 3, possibly 2. Yeah, we're going to need 3. We're going to need 3 pages of lightweight cardstock to cover the inside, and 3 to cover the outside, I do believe. So we'll see. And then we're going to need a thicker weight cardstock of the same or coordinating color. And we're going to need 4 because we have a 2.5 inch spine. And I will show you how that math comes about. I had made this into another video. We're going to glue our cardstock together while we're talking. I had made this into another video and had technical difficulties. So I came to the conclusion that we would be better off just refilming it and filming it with lighter cardstock so you can actually see. We may be able to get by with 2. Yeah, we can get by with 2 pieces of cardstock for this one. Okay, first we're going to glue our cardstock together. We're going to glue our cardstock together. So, and like I said, this is a lightweight cardstock. And there's my dog. Should have came in before I started, Luna. Okay. Not fiddle farting around with that tip today. I think I need to take it and clean it. Okay. So I'm just going to glue those together. And we're going to take a scraper and scrape it down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our chipboard and we're going to glue it down. Now keep in mind that you want to keep it centered in your cardstock. You want to stay away from the seam where any bending is going to be happening. We don't want that around any of the bending. And if y'all will excuse me briefly while I let her in, because she's not going to go away. Come on, come on, come on. Go lay down. Go lay down. Okay. Sometimes. Okay, we're going to go ahead and glue it down this way. We use lots of glue on the spine, and you want to get enough glue on the, the front and back cover, so you have a good bond, I guess. There we go. You're going to want to leave about 1/8 of an inch gap between the spine and the front and the back cover. Now, as I said, I'm going to show you how to add the little pocket fold outs at the end of the video, but I will salvage the part of the original video where I show you how to make them, in case you don't have them, and we'll call that one 1.5. So it'll come before 2. Excuse me. Okay. All right. So hopefully there we go. Okay. Making sure we didn't have any bubbles. No bubbles. Okay, and what you're going to want to do is have about 1 inch or so on all of the corners or the edges, and then when you cut about 1/8 of an inch away from, 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch away from the chipboard. Sorry, I've already done this. So I feel like I'm repeating myself. Okay. If you have any questions, if I forget to say anything, please do not hesitate to let me know. I will gladly accommodate. And we're going to take some sort of scoring tool, bone folder or whatever, and go around all of your edges. And I'm pressing pretty hard. hard enough to take the color off the paper. So it's pretty hard, but not hard enough to where you actually go through your paper. You don't want to do that. And we're going to do the top and bottom first. And we're just going to kind of coax our paper up where we want it. And we're going to take some score tape or two-sided, double-sided tape, whatever brand you use. We're just going to take and go down there. Go up here. And we're going to go down both sides. We're also going to use glue. We're going to use just a little bit more on these bigger ones, just because I want to make sure that it stays in place. Now, I learned this technique, I guess, from Rosa Kelly, and she's been doing this for quite a while. I debated about, after all of my problems, to just send y'all over to her channel and let you watch one of her videos, but I thought, I'm not going to be defeated by computer, phone, everything malfunction. So here I am. And I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to make this into something beautiful too. So we're going to go along the edge of, and I just do this just because. Just because. I forgot to take off our tape. We're just going to take it and pull it really, really tight. Okay, and we're going to come up here. We're going to take our tape off first. So with the one that we will be working on for October, I had to use 12 by 12 cardstock because of its height. So just keep that in mind when you're making your decisions on what size you want to make, that you're going to need to accommodate your chipboard with the correct size cardstock. And I figured maybe you guys would be able to see this a little bit better than the black anyways. Oops. Okay, now we'll just do these sides, and then we'll get to doing the inside. And I may have cut that one a little short. And me cut that one a little short. That's okay. It's all right. It's going to be okay. And I'm just kind of pushing that little corner in to make it look a little bit neater on the very edges. And if it's got a spot there, it's okay. We'll put book corners on it or something. It'll be all right. We're making junk journals, guys. So we'll just roll with it, just like the no sound and blurry video. And oh, it's an absolute nightmare. Hopefully this one turns out. So hopefully. If not, I may send you over to Rosa Kelly's page. Just continue along. Okay. I will link her channel below because she is the guru, as far as I'm concerned, of, I think she calls them albums. But I mean, we can use them for junk journals. So, or journals in general. Just journals in general. Okay. So just coaxing it up there to go where we want it to go. There we go. I'm happy with that. I can live with that. Okay. Before we put our inside covers on, you're going to want to kind of mark where your opening for your spine is. Okay. Now we're going to need to cut our front and back. Okay, for our inside, we have the lightweight cardstock, and these measure 8.5 by 6.5 for this size. And we have an 8.5 by just a hair under 2.5 because we want it to give our, once we put it over these, we want it to give our bends enough room to bend. So that is what we're doing. So the front and the back are going to go in here, and then that is going to go on top. And then we will get to putting our pages in. And you want to center it to where it has equal equal area all the way around. Where's my towel? Nope. That's when you know you have enough glue, right? our other one on. Mm. Sorry if I'm off screen, but y'all know how to use glue. Okay, oops. And try to get it centered up so it has equal area all the way around. We're just kind of trying to coax our paper to where it goes where we want it to go. And then we put our centerpiece on and we can move on to our pages. Now again, if you want to use a different size, Rosa Kelly has all sizes that she has done. And I will link her channel below. But this is a good size to use regular size scrapbook paper on. I have those a little different. That's okay. It's all right. It's going to be all right. Okay. Now we have our pages, which are up here, that are made out of a heavier cardstock. And we cut them down to 8.5 by 5.5. I know I said earlier, no, 5 3/4 by 8.5, 8 1/4. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. But once we put our half-inch score in, they will be 5 1/4 by 8 1/4, which gives us just a little bit of room on all of our sides. Let's coax this up and get it folded, and I will show you the room that we will have. This is going to be the room that we have. We have the 1/2 inch on the side, and then we have the 1/4 on the top and the bottom. So that gives us plenty of room to hang tabs or whatever we like off of it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pages one at a time, and the first one we're going to line up with the edge of our spine, and we're just going to stack them accordingly. And I will just glue this first one in, and then I'm going to show you how to do, actually, maybe I'll glue a couple of them in. I'll glue a couple in so you can see the process. There's only 4 pages. There's only 4 pages. Okay, you want to make sure that it's evenly spaced and that it is up to the spine without going over the spine. And to make sure that you have plenty of room to shut your book, that it's not going to crush your pages. I think I'm happy with that. And then our next one, come in with our page with our 1/2 inch score mark to make our little gusset. Now, oops, I also watch Scrimping Mommy make folios and journals, and I believe it was her that said you can make them smaller, but it pulls the once you start putting weight on it and everything, it pulls the pages. It puts too much pressure on the pages, so we don't want that. But you want to take this edge and you put it right up next to your previous page, and you just keep going. And these could be made for mini albums, obviously, and they could be made for keeping recipes, or little diaries for you have someone in your family who wants to keep a little diary with, you could put little boxes in it so they could keep little keepsakes. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do with these. And that's what our plan is for October, is to do all kinds of thick embellishing. And I did address the fact that Crafty by Tony is has made one of these. And I got a kick out of it because while I was trying to come up with how I was going to put my cards in, she was trying to come up with her size so she could use the Tim Holtz paper. But I wanted mine to be a certain size so I could put these little pockets in. Now, these came out of a Heidi Swapp little portfolio thing. But I will show you in 1.5 to how to make these. So to add them to your journal, your pages go in like this. Okay, so if I wanted to add them here, I would take and I would fold this back, hold it back like that, and I would take, and I'm not going to put them in this one, I would take and I would put my glue down, and I would take and I would put it there, and then I would fold it over to make sure it had ample room to actually make that clearance. And then while this one is folded, I would go to my next one and I would put glue here. Oops. I would put glue there and make sure I got it spaced right, and I would fold it over. And then the next one, I would do the same, and they are going to kind of step out a little bit, but once you go to put it into your journal, it's okay because this is actually in the next gusset, if that makes sense. It's actually in, it would be here. You know, the bulk would be here, and they have the next gusset to not be impeding on. So, you know, there's that. So, if you want to come back and watch the other videos on how we put in the flips and folds and all of the the accordion and everything else. I am going to be adding more to that journal. And don't worry, this one's not going to go to waste. I will be making this one in a future video. I had an idea. That's why I picked the baby blue. So, and I figured, why not? Yeah, that way it's made. And I can always link this video to that video so you can see how we do them. But that is how we make our little, oh, and it's dirty because my mat. But that is how we make our little fold flat journal. And we will be working on this one, as I said, and you can check out part 2 to learn how to do these other ones. 1.5 will show how I made my copy of those, and another one that we'll be using. And yeah, so hopefully you guys stuck around, and if you did, make sure you go over to the community page and check out our giveaway. When we get to 500, we're going to be giving away 5 sets of stamps. And make sure that you're subscribed and you like this video. And if you want to share it with friends, please do so. And just know that each and every single one of you are much loved and appreciated by me and others. And to make sure that you go out and spread some joy with others today. And most of all, make sure that you get a little love and joy for yourself, because it matters in life. So until next time, guys, much love. Thanks. Bye.